few brief comments that I would like to make as we move forward through this meeting. One of the things I told many of you in the audience is that when we feel that it's some very pertinent information, we're going to call community meetings to make sure that everyone is aware of what is going on. It is very important that we promote transparency so that the right hand knows what the left hand is doing and we don't have any confusion. I'm going to yield the floor in a few moments to a series of individuals, and at the end we're going to have each one is going to have a very brief presentation. I asked everyone to not hit everyone with too much information because there is a lot of information here, a lot of important decisions that need to be made, many of which don't need to be made in haste though. And so we want to make sure that everyone has all of the information and or tools or connections to the people that can help each of us make the proper decisions that are going to directly affect our residents and our businesses. Before I begin, and in addition to that, when we get through with the presentations, I'm going to ask anyone who has any comments or questions to come to the microphone. Now, we've allotted about an hour and a half, so we're going to try to move through our presentations within about 40 to 45 minute time span so we don't lose anyone's attention, and then we'll yield the floor to some questions. There may be some questions that you may have that you might not want to ask, and that'll be fine. We have someone here to help you at the end of this meeting. There may be some questions that you may consider or think about at a later time at home, and that's fine. We're going to give you the resources that we can connect you with someone to help find the answers that we need to make important decisions. First of all, I'd like to tell everyone that I'm very proud of this community. I can't think of a better position to be in right now than to be the mayor of this city. I'm a young man, and this is a very, very daunting task to try to keep us all on one course. And I'm privileged to be here and do this for you. And I'm going to do the best that I can, and we recognize that there are going to be some mistakes in this process. The one thing that I continuously stated was that we've got to be patient, we've got to be vigilant, and we've got to keep cool heads. Being flooded out is a very emotional thing. It's a disaster. And the very definition of a disaster or a crisis, if you will, is a situation that occurs to any one of us without a lot of warning, with very limited resources, a lot of very important decisions that have to be made with a very limited amount of time. And one of the things that I have stressed is that it's very important that each of us, especially the heads of the households, to make sure that while we're dealing with this situation, we try to promote normalcy in our families, with our families, try to keep things going as we normally can, barring these situations, and that we do not get caught up in the rut of making critical decisions based on short-term fixes, and that we also not just focus on the problem, but focus more on what is the best long-term arrangement for my business or my family so that I can improve the situation and mitigate the damages. And that is what we're doing here today. So I want everyone to know that I'm very proud of you. I think everyone has done as best job as they possibly can. We don't have time to point fingers. We've got a lot of work ahead of us. We do know that we've hit our crest date, and Colonel Raimondo will talk a little bit about that in a few moments and what we can expect. I also think it would be befitting to also suggest to everybody that the hard part is ahead of us. And it's going to take a partnership between the business people, the residents, and local government, and federal and state to move our community forward. There are various different faith-based organizations and nonprofits who are here tonight in attendance, and they've been here since the beginning. And they're going to be here through the end. And so if anyone has any particular questions, you funnel them to us, and we'll put you with who you need to be put with while we try to shore up the gaps that we have right now.